Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Othello and we get to hear from Iago in Act 3, Scene 3, which we have 2 more days of, and then we get to move on to Act 3, Scene 4. Hurrah! It's like it's a big thing to move from one scene to the next. But we've been in this scene for like, I don't know, what, 2 weeks? Something along those lines. And it's because it's a big scene and it reinforces just how strong gaslighting can be and how destructive gaslighting can be. So Iago has planted in Othello's mind the idea that Cassio and Desdemona have been sleeping together, but he's been using all of the old gaslighting tricks like, oh no, don't even think about it. I'm sure that it's nothing. And, just go back to your life and treat everything as if it's normal, but maybe watch what they're doing and how they act around each other. But seriously, there's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. And then Desdemona comes to see Othello and she mops his brow, and as he swats her hand away, she drops this handkerchief, which we find out is like the very first gift that Othello had given to her, so she keeps it with her all the time. Her friend and Iago's wife, Amelia, picked it up. Iago had wanted to get his hands on his handkerchief for a while, so Amelia gives it to him instead of giving it back to Desdemona, and he's like, "Wahaha," and she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Never you mind." And she leaves, and he tells the audience that he's going to plant this handkerchief in Cassio's bedroom. And then Othello comes back like full of rage and fury, and he's like, "I wish that I didn't know about this, and why did you tell me this? Like, ignorance is bliss." This was his thing yesterday's monologue. He's like, "Why do I have to know this? I don't want to have to know this." And he like physically threatens Iago at this point, and Iago is like, okay, so this is what I get for being honest? Like, why did I shouldn't have told you if it was going to be this big of a thing, and if it was going to upset you this much, I shouldn't have told you, because obviously you can't be trusted with this kind of information, and it's not that big of a deal anyway, and all this sort of thing. He's like, I don't know what to say to you right now, which is another gaslighting technique. And Othello's like, no, you're right. He's like, I think that my wife is honest, and I also think that she's cheating on me. I think that you're honest, but I also think that you're slandering my wife, which shouldn't happen. He's like, I don't even know really what to think anymore. He's like, you know what? I need proof. I need actual proof of this. And Iago's like what? How are you gonna get proof? And Othello's like, I don't know, but until I see it with my own eyes, like, I need to see it with my own eyes. That's the only thing that's gonna put this to rest. And Iago's like, what, like, do you want to walk in on them while they're going at it, sort of a thing? And Othello's like, oh, I can't. And Iago says, it were a tedious difficulty, I think, to bring them to that prospect. Damn them then, if ever mortalized you see them bolster more than their own. What then? How then? What shall I say? Where's satisfaction? It is impossible you should see this. Were they as prime as goats, as hot as monkeys, as salt as wolves in pride, and fools as gross as ignorance, made drunk? But yet, I say, if imputation and strong circumstances, which lead directly to the door of truth, will give you satisfaction, you might have it. So what he's saying here is, Othello wants proof. He's demanding proof. And Iago starts out by saying, like, how are you going to get proof? How are we going to set it up so that you get to walk in on them having sex? Like, that's not going to happen. The chances of that happening, even if they were, and then he lists off all these animals, if they were animals in heat, the chances of you walking in on them and being able to see it with your own eyes are slim to none. They're minuscule. That's not actually going to do it. You need to think of something else that's going to make you believe one way or the other. And he's like, it's possible that we could come up with something that's like adjacent to it that would prove that they had had sex without having to actually see them have sex. And he's like, if that would be good enough, then maybe we can find it. And Othello is like, what you got? And Iago will tell us more tomorrow. So we will see you then for that. when we wrap up Act 3, Scene 3. See you tomorrow. Mwah.